When you practice alternate picking. You know, why wouldn't you? Confused? You won't be after this video. When you practice alternate picking, what does that say? Alternate picking. It's picking with your right hand. Whatever you do down here is just an added thing. That's what we use alternate picking for, right? The left hand motion is a completely different muscular thing. And whether you hit the actual notes on the strings and behind the fret wire and do everything right in the right way at the right time, it's a separate thing from alternate picking. It's of course what we need to do afterwards. Once we're good at this, then you can work on this as well, right? So what is it really? Is up and down? Yeah, but you need the accents. Why do I need the accents when I'm doing this? Because I want to make sure that I can synchronize it with the left hand afterwards. And that's what we need the accents for. Right? Da 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 da, right? But what happens when you practice alternate picking with only your right hand, muting the strings, or perhaps, or even better, fretting a note, right? And then muting that note, right? You can fret a note with your first finger, and then mute it with the third finger, because now the string is pushed down towards the fretboard, and that actually means something. Because picking depth is one of the most important things, if not the most important things when it comes to alternate picking. Because, right, and if I pick an open string, then it vibrates more. It's a little bit higher from the fretboard, and that really means something. Right? So I want to do that, and then I want to simply, in the beginning, the most basic exercise, and also one of the hardest exercises, is to get control of the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because we have 2 down, up, and we have to play triplets. Then we have to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And when I start practicing that with accents, da 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 da, right? Then what I need my brain to do is to listen for whether or not I'm doing it right or not, right? Is it even? Am I using the right picking depth? All of these things that are important to alternate picking, right? And the way we learn is that we do something, then we evaluate naturally, did I do it right? Did I do it up to par, up to standard, right? And if I didn't, I need to change something for the next pick stroke. Then I change something for the next pick stroke, and I evaluate again. This is a very rapid process in the brain. I'm just describing it very slowly. And then so, okay, I did it right. Then let's do more of that. Oops, I made a mistake. Let's slow down. Let's adjust a little bit. That's what happens. What do you think happens when you have 2 things that the brain has to focus on at one time? You have notes now, and you have that picking motion. This over here drowns out this. So now it's muddy. You don't know exactly. As soon as if you think you're good at sweep picking, for instance, right? Try only working and do it rhythmically, right? Then, oops, I'm not good at sweep picking suddenly, right? It's painful. And if you think you're good at alternate picking, just pick 1 string. Or pick 2 strings. With absolute consistency and precision. We can rarely do that. And that's the real problem. So we go, what's wrong with my alternate picking technique? I don't know why I can't play faster. Well, you think you're on a much higher level than you really are. Because you're muddying up so the brain cannot process, what am I actually doing here? I don't know. Because 2 things are going on at the same time. Well, 4 things over here, right? 4 performing fingers that has their own little challenges, and then 1 thing over here, or 2 things, which is an downstroke if you're picking 1 string. If you're doing a string shift, you have 3 other challenges because you have an outside and an inside. You have an ascending and a descending string shift, and you have double string shifts with no single notes on 1 string. You have all kinds of things going on over here, and you cannot process any evaluation process in your brain if you don't have focus, because you're not looking at what's going on because you're doing 2 things at once. It's as simple as that. What is focus? 1 thing at a time. That's focus. I'm focused, and we cannot multitask. Women cannot multitask either. What we think they can do, or people who can multitask, men or women, is that they're very good at going from one focus to the next, to the next, to the next, and then back to like that, right? But we focus all the time. That's why, if you look at the tip of my finger here, and you really focus on that, you'll notice that just outside here, just this point here, is muddy. It's kind of blurry. You cannot see what's going on, and the further away I get. So what you can really focus on with your vision is extremely limited. Extremely limited. The same thing goes for your brain. And you cannot have an evaluation process that works if you don't get feedback. And feedback only comes from focusing on one thing at a time. So you get the feedback by, and if this does the right thing to you, you'll go from practicing like this, look at my eyes, right? To practicing like this. Why am I doing this? What happens now? Because the brain, the processes in the brain change completely once you start focusing. This is like you're using your ear and then the brain tries to coordinate and change some stuff, in 2 different places or 5 different places, right? And that's why you look like that. Once you start doing this, where you're looking when you use your eyes for that is where you access your brain. There's a whole, thing about that. So do this. Establish an evaluation process that actually works by getting feedback that is accurate, and you will develop 10 times faster. That's just a fact. See you in one of the other videos. Don't forget to subscribe, download the free course. This was fun.